Welcome back. Chrisso's gym sessions. We're doing the favourite part of what everyone just loves to do, legs. So, we're going to set our heights. I'm usually at 11. This one. How are we all doing today? Oh, that's good. Now, obviously we're going to start with power. We've had this conversation about what we're doing with power. Do you like my leggings? Yes, I know. Keeps my legs a little bit warm. I've got shoes on at the moment, so I'll take them off. Barefooter. So today, we're going to start with our squats, barbell back squats, and we are going to be doing with focus with power. So starting off with some warm-ups, and then I'm going to get into my working sets. I'll do 4 working sets at around about 4 reps. Today's goal weight, I'd be really happy if I was moving 100 kilos well, with some speed and intensity. So it's all good to have intentions. Let's get it done. Let's just get in and get it done today. I find it interesting that people still don't really understand about how to prepare themselves for a squat. It takes a lot of thoracic mobility, especially for someone like me who doesn't have very good thoracic mobility. So trying to lock yourself in as best you can, bracing yourself, and then trying to break at those hips first, and then make your way down. Do a nice fluid motion, as fluid as you can do. Every part of my knees are clicking. And that's just what happens when you have knee problems. Try to stay up as tall as you can. If you can get to 90, you can get to 90, that's great. If not, you can do these by box squats. You can do all sorts of variations to be able to cater to your needs. What is everyone's take on leggings? My wife always picks on me because I never wear shorts over the top. I just don't see the purpose of having 2 layers when I'm looking for freedom. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to put another layer over the top. It doesn't make sense. That's my own problem. Anyway, they are very revealing. If you're looking, creeps. What's some cues that you like to give when you're doing squats? What's an important cue? Because again, like all the exercises that I talk about, the importance of actually just doing the exercise is very high. So as long as you're safe and you've got some good solid cues, you will see some sort of progression. Now, are some people made to squat? Are some people not made to squat? Is my femur length too long? Is my femur length too short? Yes, there is biomechanical things, but should it stop you doing some sort of movement unless you're getting pain? No, it's a really good movement to do. Why do people not do it? Because it sucks. You got weight on your shoulder and it's pulling you down to the ground. I don't even like doing it, but it's a really good one to grow your legs. Also a really good compound movement for overall growth. But it's not that enjoyable, no. So the easy things in life don't give you lessons. The lessons come in the hard stuff. Get out of the deep. He's all deep and stuff. Rightio. Same thing. Let's go for 4. Bit of speed. Not bad, not bad. Now I haven't squatted in a while. Just like everyone else in the world, I'll try to avoid them as much as I can because I can get the same or similar stimulus from isolated movements, leg extensions, hamstring curls, so on and so forth. But I've incorporated them back in because I feel like, again, if something's hard and I'm avoiding it, there's a reason. So, what's a good height for some people? This is another question people get, or I see people asking. Where do you want the bar to start off? For me, I have seen people have it really low and they like to get right under and then come up with it. For me, I want to know in my head that if I'm coming up and I'm struggling and I have to lean forwards like this, I've got enough clearance to just lean and drop in. Where I've seen some people will chuck it on and they'll, to get it off, where that's good, but if you get caught in a scenario where you can't do this anymore, she's coming off the back. Most people don't really know the evacuation plan for a back squat. So just try to make it nice and safe. I always say about collarbone, you can go a little bit lower, just enough to be able to, just a little rise, off you get. Another thing I see people doing, which it's whatever, I'm not judging. I'm judging. I'm judging. When you unrack and you got yourself going, unrack. Take one step back. You don't, for the life of yourself, have to go. You just think about how much energy you have wasted moving that far out. There might be another 2 reps in that if you're doing heavy stuff. Really, at the end of the day, you want to take that 1 foot back, set, and then that's it. You should be able to go straight down. Brace your core, pin your shoulder blades down and back, and off you go. You want to make that movement from unracking to the first squat down pretty effortless and smooth, so you're not wasting energy, because it happens very easily. Right, shut up, Chris. Okay. Let's go. Let's just do the 4. Stop talking. I'm nearly warm, I can feel it now. Are cracking knees a bad thing? I don't know. I don't know what the science directly says to it. If it hurts, then maybe something you should look into. My cracking is very excessive because I've had 2 knee reconstructions, but it doesn't hurt. Sometimes it does if I'm not warm enough, but otherwise there's no pain. So I don't look at it as a limiting factor yet. Oh yeah, tenors on. I'm crawling closer to this 100 now, and I'm moving the bar pretty good, so that's all I want. Be moving efficient, and trying to remember that I'm not doing hypertrophy training, time under tension. My squats would normally be a lot more slower, and I'd pause right at the bottom and then come up and stretch and squeeze, but that is not the goal today. Today, after this, we're going to do I'll do some lighter RDLs. I'm not a heavy RDL person. I like to make sure my back is safe. And I wouldn't say it's been one of my favorite movements in history, but it is really, really beneficial. So I will use it. And then after that, I'm just going to do some small fatiguing stuff, some extensions, hamstring curls, some calves, out of here. So no records. I reckon this is my last warm-up set, and then we'll go into the 4 workings. And you can watch me probably suffer a little bit, hopefully. Depends how I'm going. My check-in, pretty excited. I've got plenty of energy today, which is good. Hopefully that correlates to my workout. But if I keep talking, probably not. So let's go. Right, not too bad. Let's go up to the hungy and do our working sets. Now, give me a second, I'll put this, I'll explain something. If you find, this is why sometimes the mirrors are confronting. People don't like to look in mirrors, but if you've got one in front of your squat rack, which most of them do, and you see that as your weight comes up, you are coming out of your squat and coming inwards, valgus movement inwards. Don't be overly concerned, because it is supposedly not a bad thing. I've got a different opinion on it. I'm not going to give my opinion, but as long as it's not causing pain or any imbalances per se, well, I believe it's an imbalance anyway. Again, I'm not going to go there. This is why the cue I give to people who have valgus movement on the concentric movement on the way up is when you go down, so you go into eccentric, when you get to the bottom, push up, but push out. So push, spread, it's called spread the floor with your feet, push out. It encourages that recruiting of your glutes, and it keeps your knees stable and tracking over your toes. It helps. People use bands, all different things, so yeah. All right, let's go. So this is the working sets. 100, I'm going to be nice. Hopefully it will move well. It's really interesting. I find most of my power lifts that I'm doing at the moment, going into power training, everything's about 100 kilos. So it tells me that I'm not too far off as far as balance. Bench, squats, probably my trap bar deadlifts are a little bit stronger, but overall, pretty much the same. Right, yeah, let's go for it. 4 quick. Quick and safe is what we want, quick and safe. Was it quick? Felt quick to me. Do you like squatting? Do you not like squatting? If so, what do you do to get leg stimulus? You can use easy safety squat bars, which is over there, where you're holding it here, if you haven't got the range of mobility. But you can use dumbbells. There is multiple ways to be able to work that squatting movement. Do we want to explore them and find them? No, because it hurts. But I always say this to myself and to everyone who doesn't train legs. You can have the most impressive upper body, like Adonis, but I will just come over and just push it. Done. A foundation of strong legs is really important, and for longevity as well. You think about what holds you up all the time. Like really, it's your feet, calves, quads, hamstrings, glutes. This is really, really important. Now, if not just you don't want to build size because you don't want to be able to not fit your nice jeans anymore, that's okay. You can still train strength and keep that strength and that functionability. That's the word. In training, and keep that into your life as well. All right, shut up, Chris. Let's go. Another 4. Couple stick points there, but that's okay. I don't expect it to be any different to what I'm doing now. I'm only going to get better. The more I keep practicing these power moves, my body will understand what I'm doing and it will become a lot more fluent. So yeah. You like my thoughts? Oh. Anyone else got a tip? I know I don't really like wearing hats, especially not when I'm talking to you guys, but there's really nowhere else to put a mic. I mean, I put it here and it sort of poking in the side of the neck. I might have to get one of those little wires that come up with a little tiny one, just to, because I look like Sam Sulek with this in. He wears it here, doesn't he, or something? I don't know. I love that guy. So that's our 2 working sets, another 2 to go. We'll be right. But if you do have any other idea for where you put microphones or any other options, drop it in the bottom, because I'd love to know. Sometimes it is nice just doing lower reps, just sort of pound it out and off you go. You just don't feel like when you're doing hypertrophy, slow tempo training, God, the mental side of trying to hold that bar when you really don't want to. That's the hardest part, to be honest, and that burn you get. Oh, wait. Rightio. 4, let's go. Let's go. I'm glad I picked 100. I can feel like it's going to get slow and I've got 1 more to go. So again, managing your expectations and then also managing your ego for what I believe you guys want to see is, I think it's really hard. I don't know what other people on YouTube do, but yeah, I'm much happier doing this than, and I have a couple of times thought to myself, I should lift more, like it looks bad, but really, I'm doing it. I'm here, baby, I'm giving it a go. And that's all that matters. That really is all that matters. And I hope my content is valuable enough to you guys where you feel like you can watch me and I don't have to prove anything, because I don't have anything to prove. I'm a gym goer, same as all you guys. I'm a lover of fitness, and that is just it. That is just it. Nice bum. Nice bum, I think. When I was a bodybuilder, my wife used to just always talk about how big my bum used to be. Used to have a big set of glutes. And now I've lost them a little bit. She just reminds me all the time. You want to get those glutes back? I'm like, no, I don't. Because it took a lot of effort. Try not to get caught up. It's a very hard thing to do. If you've ever been really fit or strong and then you may have lost it through life, try not to compare yourself to your old self, because that will do a world of damage to your psyche. I still struggle with it, but I would say 90% better. It's just those 10% little things creep in and you go, oh, hello. What are you? Where'd you come from? Where did you come from? Where did you go? 4. Let's go. Last set. Let's drive. Quick. Spread the floor. Spread the floor. Spread the floor. Spread the floor. Yikes. All right. Well done, Chrisso. This is where you can come unstuck. I could just pull this down, shrug it, but I'm not gonna, only because there's one time, that's all you need is one. One time to really get yourself in a position of hurrying, whatever you might be doing, and then she's on the couch for a couple of weeks, so behave. Now, RDLs. Let's go. I really want to say one thing about the importance of RDLs. Not just the hip hinge, which is really important. If you have mobility issues and you can't get to your knees or below your knees without this going on, just go to where you want to stay where your form's solid and then work on your mobility somewhere else. But if you're going to have load and doing this, you can do it. You can work your mobility whilst you're in working sets. You're flirting with the devil. So I always encourage, just find out if you don't know, turn sideways to a mirror and just watch yourself. Kick your bum out, just watch, and that's me. That's me. Do some people go all the way to the ground? Of course they do. Does it mean they're getting the stimulus that's needed? Not always. As long as you can feel that stretch in your hamstrings and then you're firing those glutes up to pull those hips through and glutes, you're on. You're all G. This is a really easy exercise to put too much weight on, because people get confused with this and a deadlift. In a deadlift you can do a lot more because you're actually breaking at the knees as well. So you've got a lot more musculature in the actual exercise, where with this it's just that movement that's important. And I know myself, if I have a little bit of weight on, I can really concentrate and it hurts, I can feel it. If I go heavier, I lose all that feeling. I'll still move the weight, but I don't get that connection anymore. It's my body just going, move it. So, yeah, what I said. No, I genuinely think this is probably the most heaviest I've probably ever gone, and this is even when I was doing sports. So I'm gonna do this. I'll do 3 sets of 6 reps. Good form, not too slow, not too fast, just that perfect little medium, and trying as much as I can to keep form. Now, if you're doing these really, really well, and you've always wondered why when you get to the bottom, your knees start shaking like this, that's good. It means that your body's starting to get a real stimulus in the back, and that your nervous system's going, how the actual fuck am I gonna get this back up? So it's good. That's how I see it. I see life. It is good. As long as your form doesn't break down. Right. 6. Did I say 6? Yeah, I did. 6. 3 sets of 6. Let's go. That's good. If you're feeling it in your lower back, you're probably going just a pinch too low. Bring it back up. You shouldn't really be you'll feel some sort of fatigue in your lower back, but it shouldn't be that limiting factor. I find these limiting factors even sometimes for myself is grip, just being able to concentrate on holding onto it, because you're so focused on that connection in that posterior chain driving through. So, and everyone's bodies are different. I've had lower back injuries before, so I've got to be cautious of what I load to my back. Some people have really good resilient lower backs until they don't. So it's good. So with this one, I will not wait around too long for these ones. I want to keep these moving. This is strength. It's in the middle. It's a little hybrid. It's just a bit of an accessory work to my squats, just to keep that movement. Right here. I lost count. Look. how many people lose count. I always do. But if I do, I just go a little one more extra than I thought, and it's whatever it is. Another cue that I really, really find important for the RDL, and also is very, very prominent in the gym scene, is, everyone pretty much knows this, but even if you do know it, watch yourself, because I'll put money on it that you probably go too far, and I might even too sometimes. Up, lock, not lock. If you're going to do that hyperextension, and if you say to me that, but I'm trying to squeeze my glutes, your glutes are contracted very well there if you've got it working and it's firing. You do not need to go into this hyperextension. It just loads that lower back up, and I believe myself, it just takes the efficiency out of the movement. You want to get there, feel it, back down. Feel it, back down. Sometimes when it gets heavy, you will try to give yourself a little spell at the top. Don't do that. I'll try not to do that. These are all just little tiny cues I'm trying to give you to keep you in the gym for longer with healthier bodies. Now I'm feeling that already. Right, that's 2 working sets already. Let's finish it off nice and strong. Nice stretch, power up, let's go. Steady feet, shoulders back and down. Let's go. Follow those legs, drive. 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 Such a good movement. So good. All right. Let's pack our weights away. Everyone who doesn't do that, please do it. The humble leg extension. I love this machine. I've always loved this machine. It was always a big part of my rehab with doing ACL reconstructions, not in the first stages, towards the end stages of rehab. Now, so many things you can change. Back, how much you want it to stretch, all these different things. What I like to do, me personally, is I like to take it right back as far as I can. All right, right there. Make sure this is at full, which it is. That's embarrassing. And then I like to adjust this so it's just on top of my foot and on my shin. Feel me? Right. The reason why I pull this away back is so when I come down, I want to keep my knees on this axis here. This is my axis. If you're set up behind this, you're going to end up, it's going to load too much and it won't feel in a nice fluid movement. So when I come to here, I'll push my legs forwards, I'll get a really good stretch, right? And I'll use that stretch. Obviously the weight's not loaded now, too heavy. Stretch and then up to a nice contraction and keep a nice fluid movement. Now, a lot of people, you might see people in the gym who do toes out, trying to do more VMO work, or toes in, trying to work on their sweep. I don't know what the science says specifically, but I know myself that if I train like that, and I do focus on the outer sweeps and all that, I actually get growth, and I think it's because of connection, mind to muscle connection. Shoot me, scientists, but I genuinely feel like it's actually, it works. It gives you that depth. This is for bodybuilding, okay? This is not for general gym goers. Sometimes I refer to bodybuilding because it's something I know really well. The sweep's this one on the outside here. And in bodybuilding, when you're doing your front stances, you just unlock your knees, and it's that big bow you want to get from the top to the bottom. And you can, I believe you can hit it. You get it through squats, you get it through close feet leg press. But In this, you can stimulate, if you just focus on the extension and the contraction, or coming back and stretching that muscle, doesn't really matter how you do it, it will get really good stimulus around that knee, which is really good for your knee. All right, one more little warm up. I don't really need too much here, but because I have had knee problems, out of all the actual leg exercises, this one doesn't actually hurt at all, so, which is nice. So see how I'm getting a nice stretch under, and then up. Not pausing for too long at the top, just leaving it solid contraction on both concentric and eccentric. I feel like this is going to be real nasty, so let's get into it. 3 working sets, 8 reps. Don't know what that was. All right. And then we'll go into some hamstrings, calves, done. Right. Now I'm going to keep these sets closer because I like getting a good sweat. Right. Again, intention, concentrating and focusing on your cues. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good. That's good. I could have kept going. Management of fatigue, gentlemen. Management of fatigue. Because I was moving it really well, I'm happy with that. Because I am focusing a pinch more on power now, I've got to be a little bit careful. But I always sneak a little bit of hypertrophy, just a pinch. But if I keep moving the weight quicker, even with reps of 8s to 12s, it's still encouraging that movement, that move of weight. So, yeah, you know, yeah. You've got to do what you enjoy at all times, everybody. Unless it's drugs. Drugs are bad and cool. I'm back. All right, let's go. Piss farting around. Same thing. Set the cues, stretch, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yummy. Right, last set. Let's go. Stretch. 3, 4. Rightio, hamstrings. Everyone's weakness, especially mine. My hamstrings are warm from RDLs. So, let's just get straight into it. Adjust this correctly. Back of the Achilles, ideally. Lower calf, still is. Same thing. Take the weight, bracing, power up. That's too light. That's okay. All right, that's way too light. That is not okay. All right. We're going to do 3 times 8, same as the extensions. Focusing on muscle engagement and power in the concentric. I'm not going to hold too much on the eccentric. I'm going to let that move a bit more free because I'm not going for size. All right, let's go. Hey. Hey. That's good. Feels good. Hamstrings are a hard one. Like I said, most people have an imbalanced hamstring glutes and quads. Kind of happy I'm quad dominant. I feel like it's, on a bodybuilding stage, it's the most impressive group of muscles, but for functionality, definitely hamstring and glutes are really important for gait, walking patterns, especially as you get, which is gait, walking when you get older, walking up steps, getting out of a chair, like you really don't realise how much you use your glute and hamstrings, but yeah, it's really important. So doing your RDLs and your squats and your deadlifts are really important. So make sure you put them into your program and don't avoid them unless you've got injuries or limiting factors. Right up, another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I never count my reps, like hardly ever. And ever since I've been recording with you guys, I just do it out loud. It's like holding me accountable. So thank you for making me a better person. Thank you. All right, let's go. 3, 4. Welcome back. Tip of the cap. I love doing 45-degree leg press, calf raises, straight and partially bent knees. Now I'm warm. I don't know if no one's warm by now, I'd be surprised, but I will always do my calf raises like this, encouraging a big stretch to the top. Let's go 8. Really concentrating on that gastroc in the back and the slice. Triceps serrae if you want to get anatomical on me. Calves are really interesting. I'll just say genetics. I like to burn. Let's go. Same as before, 3 sets of 8. Genetics are a really big one. You got so many variables. You got how high your muscle sits. If you got a low, big muscle belly. If you got a bigger lateral head than medial head, or whatever it is, if we're looking visually. But if you don't have big calves naturally, it's actually okay. It's not the end of the world. Train them, don't get me wrong, train them, but don't look at someone else and say, oh, look at your calves, I'm jealous. Because you might have a body part that they don't have, which I can almost guarantee there's a weakness that someone else has got that you haven't. So yes, calves look good, I get it. And I can say it because I've actually had calves my whole life, so I am lucky, yes. But, oh God. It is not the be-all or end-all. I actually don't know what that means. My dad says it, but sounds good. All right, one more set, and then that's me. Chrisso done. Question of the day. With all the exercises I've done today, what do you enjoy the most out of them? Out of all of them, what's your favourite and which one do you feel like you excel in? And also, which one do you find your weakness? Which one's one that you need to work on because it's either neglected or it's just not a muscle that you think about, or a movement that you think about? Drop it in the comments below. Oh God. All right. Thank you very much for joining Chrisso's gym session today. Love you all. Just remember, get out, get into the gym, and be consistent. Consistency is the key. Love you all.